What's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Boxing. We back with another one. We got this big fight day today, April the 1st. You know what I'm saying? New month. Same good boxing content. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to cover all the fights. Let you guys know where you can find them. You know what I'm saying? What network, what app. You know what I'm saying? All that good shit. We're going to be covered from top to bottom. Before I get into it, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. Feel free to drop a comment in the comment section. You can follow me on my social media, Twitter @OverJ, Instagram @DoesBoxing. You know what I'm saying? For those listening to the playback, feel free to drop a comment as well. So we're gonna get to it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a big day of boxing. And it's not gonna interfere with each other. One's gonna be like in the afternoon, one's gonna be at night, so everybody's covered. So we're gonna get into it. So starting with this DAZN card, you got Anthony Joshua coming back versus Jermaine Franklin. If you check my description box, you will see the times and where you can watch it at. You know what I'm saying? The prelims and all that shit. But I like this fight though. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna touch on it later. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna touch on it later after we cover the other fights. But I like it though. You know what I'm saying? And AJ needs this fight. It's a must win for him. Big opportunity for Jermaine Franklin. Now to the card. This is the running order. You know what I'm saying? You guys can check this out. The prelims, they call it the before the bell. It's gonna be on YouTube, on the DAZN YouTube channel, Matchroom YouTube channel. Feel free to tap into it. I have the link in the description box. So they got some young fighters on the card. John Hedges, he's one to look out for. You know what I'm saying? He look like he's moving up the cruiserweight. I like him. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned. You guys want to check out some young fighters. On the main card, it's going to start. What is 2 o'clock on the East Coast? You got Ammo Williams going to open up the show. You know, Ammo is, he got an opportunity to have a big 2023. It's some fights that fell out for him, but he's number 3 in the WBA, and I believe he's ranked in the WBC as well. So, in a division like 160 that's down, Ammo can make some noise. So he's facing River Wilson Bent, and this is a fight I expect to last about 3 or 4 rounds for Ammo. Just being honest. Camel Haddon's back on the card. He's facing Fielding. They keeping him active. They're gonna have to move him because he's been taking a lot of step up fights, and he's been taking a lot of fights without a step up fight. And I think it's about that time. Galalify is on the card. Gamalify. He's on the card. The Olympic gold medalist. I like him. You know what I'm saying? He only got a couple of fights. He's facing a tough, rugged Mexican fighter. You know what I'm saying? He didn't look too good his last fight, E5. He didn't look too good. But I expect him to bounce back. They want to push him. He were ranked across the board as well. So they're gonna want to put him in the mix at 112 with Ben Rodriguez and they just signed Sonny Edwards, Julio Cesar Martinez. I think after those guys fight each other and the dust is settled, he should be ready to fight the winner. You know what I'm saying? I think he around like 29, 30. So he got some time, but he still probably need to push it. You know what I'm saying? For sure. My man Jose Diaz in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. D-Lo 404 Boxing. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. The co-main event, you got an interesting heavyweight fight. Fabio Worley versus Michael Polite Coffee. Before the Johnny Rice fight, I was thinking Coffee can do some things. I know he like 35 or better, but that's still not old as a heavyweight. He still can turn his career around, but he been having some bad performances. You know what I'm saying? Not getting his head off the center line. He got outboxed and stopped by Johnny Rice in the first fight. And Johnny Rice did the same thing. Johnny Rice was overweight and still outboxed him. He ain't make no adjustments. And then they put him in with Gul Hovhannissian, a guy that had like 3 fights and he got stopped. Came in out of shape. But if you any indicator how the fight gonna go, Coffee did come in at 269. So that's around about his weight. He's a big guy and stuff like that. So I don't expect him to get under 250. But that's better. You know what I'm saying? That's better. He said age. Yeah, he up there. He started late and stuff like that. But Coffee at his best is a good switch hitter, boxer. You know what I'm saying? Good puncher with both hands. Um, you know, not the fastest, but I don't know. I don't know how durable he is now after being stopped twice in his last three fights. So we're gonna see. Wally, I like Wally too. I like him better when he's lighter. He's been coming up in weight. Excuse me. He came in at 242. I like him around 235, 230. I think he's faster. But he been sitting on his punches. He been getting everybody up out of there. He 14 and 0, 13 knockouts. And he got a little mean streak in him as well. So like when he get hit, he actually turn it up. So I don't know. This is a good fight though. If it's a good fight for Wally, if Coffee gonna bring his best, it's a good fight. It's a good learning fight. I expect Wally to win. Like I don't trust these American heavyweights when they travel. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust them. Like we seen against Mike Balagon when he traveled to Russia. Like these guys don't be traveling well. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see what Mike Coffee brings to the table. It may be worth a look if you guys are betting man. If you want to see the odds and you comfortable with him coming in at 269, then feel free. But I like Wally in the fight. You know what I'm saying? All right, to the main event. So much been talked about. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua, one of the biggest stars in the sport of boxing. Whenever he fight, um, he need this one. He just linked up with Derrick James. I like the move. I want to see how it transpire facing Jermaine Franklin, who's really coming off his best performance of his career, and probably should have got the victory over Dylan White. So this is a case where this was a good loss, even though he shouldn't have had that one on his resume. But AJ got a lot on his shoulders in this fight. He came in as a career high, his career heavy, 255 pounds. That's an indicator to me that he's trying to bully Jermaine Franklin. You know what I'm saying? Probably sit down and push him back, try to get him up out of there. I like the ferocious AJ coming up during the ranks, having fast hands and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that AJ throwing uppercuts and shit. I man Tay in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. He said AJ, if he loses, he's over. If Derrick James can't help him, he should retire. I mean, that's the conventional wisdom. It's not over though, because he's still a guy that can generate some bread. You know what I'm saying? But I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. For sure. I see what you're saying. So he do got a lot on his plate though. You know what I'm saying? Given what my man Jose said, with Derrick James got some pressure on him too. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I expect Joshua to win this fight. I know Jermaine Franklin coming in lighter. You know what I'm saying? 23 pounds from his last fight. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna need that quickness to be able to exchange with AJ, to use his lateral movements and spot. You know what I'm saying? He definitely gotta have his head movement going. AJ have trouble with smaller guys. The shorter guys that he fight, he has trouble. Carlos Takam, that was a tough fight for him. He got the stoppage, but that was a referee stoppage. But he got it, nonetheless. He dropped him in the fight. He's a similar stature to Jermaine Franklin. Um, Alexander Povetkin, he had some success early in that fight. You know what I'm saying? He's a shorter, stocky guy. You know what I'm saying? Similar to Jermaine Franklin. He was more explosive though. And Ruiz, of course. You know what I'm saying? So I like to say him mix it up. Still use the ring and your advantages. 6'6", long range. You know what I'm saying? He got a good jab. I say use it. He'll have time to get into Jermaine Franklin's chest. He'll have time to do that. Jermaine Franklin is right there. He ain't using a lot of lateral movement. He fights in spurts. He got good upper body movement when he's motivated. You know what I'm saying? And he got fast hands too. You know what I'm saying? He said Joshua better look good, bro. Yeah, he got to. I think this is a do or die for him. For sure. You know, it's do or die for sure for him. So it's a lot of things that can happen though. I like the confidence of Jermaine Franklin. He coming right back to the UK. He believes he can win. We'll see. I think it's gonna be hard for him if AJ decides to just use the jab, keep him on the outside, and then counter punch him because AJ can counter punch as well. And then when them guys get when they get in the inside and get close range, AJ will have the advantage of be pushing him back all night. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I think Jermaine Franklin gonna have to be alert. He gonna have to be fast on his feet. He gonna have to be quick with counter punches, and that's how he can beat AJ. Kind of shock him, but he can't. He can't be, like sometimes he like plodding around, and he only fights in spurts when he was heavier. So maybe the weight, the lower weight, is an indicator that he's gonna be more active in the fight. So we'll see, man. It's a good one. It's interesting. One guy basically got his career on the line, and the other guy basically playing with house money. Yo, it's interesting. Bruce Gas in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. He said AJ is not aggressive enough. My brother, he is soft. Maybe in those sustained steroids, he taking it legally. Man, yeah, I think it's more so the mindset with him. He be overthinking shit. I think this fight. I just have a feeling he want to be aggressive, and all of Derrick James fighters, they use a active jab, a aggressive jab. You know what I'm saying, to kind of force their opponent to make a decision. So I think he can implement that. He can still be smart. I think if we keep it long, he dominate the fight. But I'm feeling that 255. That's telling me he want to get into it. He want to get it cracking. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see. Definitely coming up. So this one you can catch it, like I said, 2 o'clock Eastern time, 11 o'clock on the West Coast. The prelims. You can catch that at 11 o'clock on the East Coast is about to start at the top of the hour. So you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get the DAZN shows popping. You know what I'm saying, first. So that's what it is. We're gonna move to this top rank card. So the top rank card, same thing. You can check my description box for the times. I believe it's 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock West Coast. You can catch it on ESPN Plus, catch the whole card. I don't think you even have to switch over on ESPN Plus to go to ESPN, but that's what it is. We got Ramirez versus Dogboe, vacant WBO title on the line at featherweight. That's gonna be a good fight. We're gonna run down the undercard. They got a bunch of prospects, and this is the running order, so you guys can tap into it. I think it's 9 fights on the card. We're gonna start with Rohan Polanco. He's a Dominican fighter. I think he's like 8-0. He just signed with Top Rank. This is his debut. Good fighter. Fights at 140 pounds. So look out for him. I like him. There's been a lot of talk about him. And you know how Top Rank do with their prospects. The best in the business with their prospects. You know what I'm saying? So we're looking forward to see him. Abdullah Mason is gonna be second up. He's facing Eric Garcia. You know what I'm saying? So this is a fight that he should definitely win. It's a 6 rounder, lightweight. So a lot of a lot of praise getting shout out to Abdullah Mason. He's a good fighter though. You know what I'm saying? Still learning and growing. So I expect him to get the victory. You got Emilio Vargas. That's the son of Fernando Vargas, the former world champion. He's back. This is his 4th fight. Was his 3rd fight with Top Rank. He fought in November, then he fought in January, and then he right back in April. So they keeping this kid active. I think he can be a future star. He fights at lightweight as well. You know what I'm saying? So he's back. You got Dante Benjamin. This is a light heavyweight prospect. You know what I'm saying, from Cleveland. I like him. I think he just only thing he gotta do is fine tune when he get the guy hurt, because he kind of a little bit wild with his finishing, but he can fight though. He's still growing too. You know what I'm saying? You got Tiger Johnson. Is another one who's been coming along real strong. He looking to get down to 140. He been creeping down there. You know what I'm saying? He came in his last couple fights. He been getting down to he was like at 142. He started his career at welterweight. So Tiger Johnson got a nice skill set, Olympian. You know what I'm saying? Starting to be patient with his work. Solid. He's an overall good fighter. You know what I'm saying? So you can continue to watch him grow and develop. You got the heavyweight Jeremiah Milton. He was in training camp with Anthony Joshua, so he's back. He's the local guy. They fighting in Oklahoma. I like him too. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I don't like about him, he creeping up in weight. He came in career high 255. You know what I'm saying? With his skill set and the way he fight, I like him around 240. You know what I'm saying? But he been creeping up in weight. I don't even think he needs to be that heavy. Even if he's just fighting a guy that he know he gonna beat, I still like him around 240. You know what I'm saying? But he's good, solid, a good boxer puncher. and he been having some good performances and stuff like that, and been staying active. And this is the part of the show where it started to get kind of 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Jahad Tucker versus Nikolai Shevnazvili. I probably fucked that up, but Jahad Tucker, he moving up in weight, fighting at 150. Well, they had a catch weight, 152. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna touch on it. He said Robisi wins. I'm being biased. Yes, I'm cute. Yeah, I like him. I like him in the fight as well. Dogboe is about to get beat on. I'm sorry. This is about to be Navarrete 2.0. Mason has skills now for sure. He's nice with it. What do you think about Wally versus Coffee? I like Wally in the fight. I don't trust Coffee. You know what I'm saying? Even though he coming in and looking like he in shape, I don't trust him. I expect Wally to stop him probably 6 or 7. Just do boxing in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. So this is one of the fights on the card where the prospect is in a tough 50-50 fight. And this is a real tough fight for Jahad Tucker. Like I said, moving up in weight. They're doing a catch weight 152. You know what I'm saying? Jahad been fighting at welterweight, before this. He missed weight his last fight on the Teofimo undercard in December. So, this is a tough fight right here because this guy, Nico, he's basic, one-dimensional, coming forward, strong guy. But, he's older. You know what I'm saying? He got his man strength. You can tell, if you watch him fight, you can tell his punches is different. He fought on the undercard of Montana Love versus Steve Spark, and he stopped the kid in 3 rounds, ran through him. Like, Jahad Tucker has his deficiencies. He keep his left hand low too much. That's going to be a problem. He can't fight off the ropes in this fight because the guy is strong and he's heavy-handed. But Jahad Tucker, I believe he keeping us in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Keep his jab going and move. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll have opportunities to get some good work in because he's faster. He's longer. You know what I'm saying? He's fresher, I believe. But we're gonna see if he can contend with the weight. You know what I'm saying? I think this guy is stronger. If it's gonna be one of those dog fights, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be tough. I expect that tonight. It's an 8-rounder, so a knockdown here or something. Anything can go wrong. Somebody get deducted a point that can sway the whole fight in an 8-rounder. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see. This is a tough one. They matching him tough, so they want to see where he at. You know what I'm saying? So that I appreciate that. He said stay off the ropes. Now for sure, he got to stay off the ropes in this fight. He got to move. Now Jahad Tucker he'll have up and down performances. He'll have performances when you be like, damn, this kid gonna be all right. Then he'll have performances where it's like, damn, that's lackluster. So this fight, he got to have one of those shits like, damn, this kid is nice because Nico is coming all day long, and he got a good coach. Now, he got the same coach as the Cambosos had when he beat Teofimo, Javier Centeno. He also trains my man Xander Zayas. So he got a good strategist in his corner. And they going to have a prepare. So it's interesting. And there's another thing to keep an eye on. Nikolai, when he started, he started as a light heavyweight. He gradually moved down to 154. He actually came in lighter at the 152 catchweight. He was 150. Jahad Tucker was 151. I expect Nikolai to rehydrate heavy. I expect him to be around about 170 fight night. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see, bro. We're going to see for sure. We're going to see. It's interesting. Co-main event, man. This is another action-packed fight, man. It's very important for both guys. Joel Gonzalez versus Jose Vivas. This is a good matchup. Vivas is an active fighter, throw a lot of punches. They're around the same height. It's a solid matchup. Joel, he has his opportunity. He came up short against Shakur, Navarrete, and Dogboe. And maybe the Dogboe fight was pretty close, could have went either way. So he need this fight. He 3-3 in his last 6 fights. That's crazy, right? 3-3. From an undefeated guy. I believe he was like 20. Well, when he fought Shakur, he was like 20-something and 0. But he need this one. And of course, with big implications with the main event, maybe the winner can get you can get a title shot next. But first things first, man. This is a good fight. I expect it to go the distance. I expect a back and forth, action packed fight. I think Joet has the experience advantage from being in those fights. Maybe he can use his boxing skills a little more and not get into a fight where he, get into a situation where he want to bang all night. Baez did something real smart when he beat Vivas last year. He boxed him and he took his time. You know what I'm saying? He picked his spots when he wanted to trade. Joey can do some similar stuff. You know what I'm saying? I expect a good fight, man. It's this is a good fight. And then these guys is fighting for their careers, you know what I'm saying, and for a world title shot. So I expect this may be the best fight on the card. So it should be dope for sure. All right, now we're moving to the main event, man, which, I've been waiting for this for a minute. For sure. Rabis Ramirez versus Isaac Dogboe. This is pretty much the last shot for Isaac Dogboe as well. He's a tough, proud former world champion that ain't gonna go out there and just lay down. That's what makes this fight interesting to me. Maybe he may be outgunned with his skill set, but his will and determination I think it can make up for some stuff. I think he's quick, you know what I'm saying, when he's boxing and stuff and in exchanges, he's powerful. Dalby is just one of those guys that if you gotta be in your best shape when you fight him. Regardless if you got the advantages over him like Navarrete and guys that he lost to, you still gotta be you gotta come with it. Now his last couple fights, he been barely winning those fights. You know what I'm saying? Blue Nose Lopez, Joet. So, maybe that's a telltale sign that hey, he's right on the verge for a loss. I like Darby though. He can box a little bit. Remember, he was an Olympian as well. You know what I'm saying? So he got a pedigree. So it's not just. I know we all saying Robisi. I said a lot of people saying Robisi gonna run through Darby. I'm not so sure. Like if he do, he do. You know what I'm saying? He come back to serve me crow. I'll take it. But when I look at a fighter like Darby, who I feel like, and he know this is his last opportunity. I feel like he ain't just going out there just to let this dude just beat up on him. Now, it can happen. It may not be nothing he can do, but I feel like he gonna bring his best out. Um, but Rabis Ramirez is a favorite for a reason. Um, we know he got the skills to box all night long and keep it on the outside of the ring. What he was trying to do early in his career, he suffered a loss his first fight, came back and beat that guy. But you know, he started he got a new style. He's coming forward. Still using his slick boxing skills because you can come forward and outbox a guy. That's what he been doing, but he been sitting down on his shots. Had a highlight reel knockout over Abraham Nova. He been looking good lately, man. Looking like he can be the best in this division. And featherweight is nice right now. Rabisi wins. I spoke to him last night. He said he's in the best condition he ever been in. It was a China boxer. Okay, that guy who runs the China really knows him really good. Okay, now I expect him to win too. I expect him to win, and that's good stuff to hear too. Glad he's in the best shape because I feel like he gonna need it for this fight. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be the toughest fight of his career as well. Um, but he got a nice skill set, man. I like him. I like him when he be running combinations. He's smart. You know what I'm saying? I think he can mix it up a little bit. He can use lateral movement and outbox Dalbe, or he can come forward. I believe Dalbe started to slow down after the 6th and 7th round. That muscle. You know what I'm saying? He always slowed down in fights. You can go back and watch his last couple. He'll slow down, and that's why I think Robisi will probably pick up the pace because he don't really. He's real smart in the ring. He ain't really throwing punches and wasting them. You know what I'm saying? He doing a lot of good stuff. So it's a good fight though. It's a good fight. The weigh-in had me kind of hyped. You know what I'm saying? They in Oklahoma, and that shit was pretty dope for fight these guys fighting in Oklahoma. I expect Rabisa to win a unanimous decision. If he stop him, man, cool. That'd be a good notch under his belt. Um, this is definitely a division that's on the rise. You know what I'm saying? We got some good fights that happen and about to happen again. Uh, Lee Wood versus Mauricio Lara about to run it back May the 27th. They about to announce that fight today. Um, You got the top ranked fighter Luis Alberto Lopez. He about to defend his IBF title versus Michael Conlan May 27th. So featherweight division on May 27th gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got this fight. You got Figueroa. He just beat Maxeo. He's looking to face Ray Vargas sometime soon. So shit looking up. Ray Ford is on the rise. He got Jesse Madaleno coming up. You got the WBA mandatory, the tall southpaw from Uzbekistan. Uh, what's his name? Umatov. That kid can fight, yo. That kid can fight. Josh Warrington is still in the picture. Yeah, bro. So featherweight is looking good, man. It's one of those divisions that once the belt started to get fragmented, you start to see guys come to the forefront, and I believe Robeisy Ramirez can be the top of that class. You know what I'm saying? Because although he walking guys down, I still think his best attribute is the Cuban school of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Using lateral movement, counter punching, walking guys in the shots, making them miss, making them pay, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? You know how the Cuban guys get it in. So if he can, if he can mix that up, so he have that in his tool bag. So when he fight these top guys, that's coming out the tool bag. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like it though. This is a good day of boxing, man. So hopefully everybody can tap in. Like I said, you can check the description box for the times and where to find it. I'm gonna do a quick recap, then I'm gonna open up for some questions. Feel free to drop anything that you may have. We can get it in. All right. So we're gonna start with. Let me go back to the zone card. He said, "Right, I want to see Ramirez go in his bag against Dogboe tonight. I believe he may have to do that, especially the first couple of rounds. You know what I'm saying? I just box a little bit, put the jab on him, make him miss, make him pay. You know what I'm saying? Spin him, make Dogboe think a little bit because Dogboe got in his mind. He gonna sit and bang with me. That's actually give. That actually a benefit for Dogboe. Dogboe is the shorter guy with the shorter reach. All his work is from the inside. Now he can box a little bit and throw you off your rhythm, but he'll much prefer you in his chest because he have a 50-50 shot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, mix it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He got a great coach, Ismail Salas. It's a good battle of the coaches, two good coaches. Ismail Salas versus Barry Hunter. So, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a goodie. I like it. Can't wait for it. Ramirez needs to fight the winner of Monster versus Fortune. He wants the winner. Oh, that's cool. I mean, I would like to see him fight somebody that's in his division. You know what I'm saying? I would say the winner between Lopez and Conlan makes the most sense to me. They both on top rank. You know what I'm saying? Should be easy to make. But if he gonna take that fight, cool. I mean, I'm with it. I'm with it. Once those guys get to the division, yes. You know what I'm saying? But for right now, I like him to get the smoke that's already there. You feel me? I like them to get that smoke that's already there. All right. So we just do a little recap, then we're gonna pop on some questions, man. I appreciate you guys coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Drop a comment. It's all good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just talking some boxing. So we're gonna start with the DAZN card. So like I said, the times in the description box and it's right here as well. You're gonna have the prelims about to start at the top of the hour on the YouTube channel. You can catch that. Got some young action, stuff like that. Some guys you want to get familiar with, feel free to tap in. The main card is going to start at 2 o'clock, 11 o'clock Pacific time. Ammo is back. I'm looking to see how he looked. Campbell Haddon, you got Worley versus Coffee, which is an interesting heavyweight fight. And, of course, the main event, Anthony Joshua versus Jermaine Franklin. And we know AJ need this shit. And then to the top ranked card on ESPN Plus starts at 7 o'clock, 4 o'clock Pacific. Robeisy Ramirez versus Isaac Dogboe. You got the prospects, Rohan Polanco from the Dominican Republic, Abdullah Mason, great looking prospect, Emilio Vargas. He's gonna be a star though. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be a star once he get his, once he climb up the ranks. Dante Benjamin, another solid light heavyweight. There's not a lot of light heavyweight prospects in boxing. If y'all guys think about it, it's not a lot. so he can make a name for himself. Tiger Johnson, who has been improving constantly. You got Jeremiah Milton is on the card. He's a local favorite, so he's back. Tucker versus Nico. This is gonna be a tough one, bro. I like this one. I like how they threw this. They always give a prospect a tough fight. I appreciate that. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. This is a good one. Then you got an all action fight. Can't miss. Joet Gonzalez versus Jose Vivas. So, and then of course the main event, Ramirez versus Dogboe. So two good cards, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, it's a lot of interest. We know AJ gonna get a lot of you know, a lot of people gonna be talking about his performance and see what he gonna do. And then this top rank card, you know, I like it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So we had another quarter of the year. You know what I'm saying? The first 3 months is gone. I thought it was some great stuff that happened the first 3 months of 2023. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like for a stretch, for a little period, it was like every other month, every other week, it was a fight of the year candidate. You know, you know what I'm saying? I know it started with Viterbo versus Yard, which was a great fight in January 28th. A lot of people were surprised. I was impressed with Yard, the way he fought back. He fought hard in that fight. You know what I'm saying? He just couldn't maintain that shit. And then we had the Navarrete and Wilson fight. You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy. You know, moving on to Hovanesian versus Neri. That's the fight of the year for me. And that was February 18th. You know what I'm saying? So it was some good fights, man. Good fights, good storylines. We had a couple of pay-per-views. Uh, you know, I thought the Benavidez and Plant shit was lovely. Like watching it, you know what I'm saying, ordering the pay-per-view and just seeing the whole card and the atmosphere. All the big stars came out for the fight, you know what I'm saying? It was a big fight feel leading up to it when those guys are doing their ring walk, you know what I'm saying? So everything for a boxing fan to enjoy. I can't forget about the ladies. You know what I'm saying? We had a good unification in January with Clavel versus Plata at 108 pounds. Um, those ladies set themselves up to fight for undisputed sometime or get a big fight with Sinisa Estrada. Um, Sinisa Estrada won her other belt. Her and Yoko Valle look like they're gonna fight undisputed sometime this year. That's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? You had Mana Serrano and Erica Cruz. They was damn near in a fight of the year candidate too. Can't leave out the ladies now, because that was a hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? Alicia Baumgartner showed her star power. You know what I'm saying? Her great performance she had winning undisputed. So all across the board, these first 3 months it's been a lot of boxing, a lot of content in the ring. We damn near getting fights every weekend. Like you can't complain. Like I don't know. It depends. I don't know. We got different boxing fans and shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the fans we got now grew up in the Mayweather era, so you can't lose a fight. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the biggest bag. You gotta, it's A side. All that shit. Cool. But me growing up, the essence, like I always say on my channel, the essence of boxing is what happened in the ring. And this point in time, as a boxing fan, we got so much content that's happening in the ring. Whether it's small shows, big shows, top rank, PBC, the zone, don't make a difference. We got a lot of fights. You know what I'm saying? They ain't never had it like this back in the day. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never had an opportunity in the early 2000s or in the 90s to follow a young fighter's career all the way up. I'm talking about undercard fights when they like the first fight, second fight on the show. We have that opportunity with these new apps and stuff like that. So me myself, who always growing and developing as a boxing fan or content creator, me whatever you want to call me, insider, all types of shit, anything but a casual. I'm still learning about the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? My man Winston Lee in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. He said you correct, man. I appreciate you, bro. So me, I'm still learning. So I love this shit though. I love when I see all these fights, bro. I'm hyped. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I thought the first what if you want to call it the first quarter I thought it was dope. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of fights. A lot of good stuff happened. Look at Tim Zoo. A lot of people didn't believe in Tim Zoo. You know what he did to Tony Harrison. That shit has to be respected. Like real talk. You know, I thought the fight was closer than what I had it. I had it the way the judges had it. I thought it was a close fight, but Tim Zoo proved that he deserved an opportunity at Tony Harrison. So when we complain and say, "Yo, how these guys get these opportunities?" Okay, cool. Tim Zoo was like, "You know what, bro? I ain't taking no tune-up fight. I'm going give me the best possible fight." He could have went to Australia because he the cash cow in Australia. He could have went to Australia and said, "Yo, man, give me anybody." You know what I'm saying? Give me anybody. I don't care who it is. But he went after Tony Harrison. You know what I'm saying? Putting his spot at risk. So that's some shit to be applauded. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Me too. I'm happy when we get a full day of boxing." Nah, facts, man. April the 8th, you gonna love it, bro. You gonna love it. we got a Japanese card early in the morning on ESPN Plus. Kenshiro defending his titles. Kiko Martinez is on that card. Anyways, little brother fighting for a vacant title. You know what I'm saying? Then we got Shakur. We got Keyshawn. We got Jerry Big Baby Anderson on the same card that same day. Um, you got Ben Rodriguez going for another world title, in San Antonio. Then you got Fundora. Fundora is much CTV. You know what I'm saying? Because Fundora be in some hell of a fights. So April the 8th, that's gonna be the day you gonna love, my dude. You know what I'm saying? You gonna love it. um, my man Dante Hall, what's good with you, bro? I can see it changing. Boxers starting to take 50-50 fights again and getting away from scared to lose stuff. Yeah, nah, for real. You know, I think it's good that these guys try to push themselves whenever, especially when you claiming you're the best and you got a fan base behind them. It's time to step it up. If you get past the names of boxing not fighting, and the latter guys are fighting, it's still good fights going on. Now, facts, it's good fight. Now, for sure. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Hey, okay, you gonna be in the building? Okay, that's what's up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir." I think they're doing that press conference at the Prudential Center, the weigh in there too. So yeah, that's dope, bro. Yes, I went to Shakur's fight when he fought Valdez. I'm out here in Cali, so Vegas ain't that far from me. So I went out there. Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be dope, man. And I'm excited about Jared Anderson because if he wins, which I expect him to win, I think the fight gonna be tougher though with George Arias. He already got his hometown fight date ready to go. You know what I'm saying? July the 1st. So all these guys, these young guys that's from Ohio, Tiger Johnson, Abdullah Mason, Dante Benjamin, they all gonna be on that Toledo card July the 1st if everything goes well, of course. So yeah, he said all on the same card. Yeah, no facts, man. Keyshawn, one of the best young fighters in the sport. He's facing a tough Anthony Yidgett. Like I said, Anthony Yidgett got stopped by Rolly. Yes, you know what I'm saying. But you got to add some context to it. Like that was a 7-day notice. My man didn't even try to make the weight. He wasn't prepared to fight. You know what I'm saying? But we seen. I like to look like when I'm breaking down fighters. I kind of throw that tape away. It ain't nothing you can learn about that. Rolly was dirty in that fight, roughing him up, just too strong, and just easy money. I go back and watch when he fought in the World Boxing Super Series. Remember, Anthony Yidgett was in the World Boxing Super Series. You can't be a trash fighter to fight in that. Like it won't no trash fighters. Probably the weakest guy that fought in the World Boxing Super Series, maybe Ryan Martin, but he ran up against motherfucking Josh Taylor. So I don't know if he really was that weak. Maybe Josh Taylor was that great. So, I don't know. We'll see though. And it's a southpaw. He need that look. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Tell Spencer I'm hating on my homie Keyshawn. He the truth." Shit, he ain't gonna listen to me. Shoot. He don't even listen to his fans. Yo, Spence he don't respond to people that be dropping content on him. 95% of their content is about Spence. He don't even talk to them. So he ain't gonna talk to me. You know what I'm saying? I told him, I asked him on Twitter, I was like, bro, Hey, what you think about Frank Martin's next opponent, April 22nd? Crickets. But when once y'all see that fight announcement, then you know I ain't on no bullshit. Yeah, man. The dudes that be rocking with Spence so crazy, they don't even mess with them like that. I feel like he should though because them dudes, yo, salute to them. They be working. You know what I'm saying? They be working. But yeah, but that's good that he's interested in Keyshawn. So whenever we can make the fight with Frank Martin, that'd be straight. We got good promotion behind it. I welcome that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, April gonna get off to a good start. Of course, we talked on the fights today. April the 8th, touched on that a little bit. April 15th, we got Joe Joyce versus Zilly Zane. You know what I'm saying? That's a boxing after dark, not of the heavyweights type of fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's gonna be like the slowest action packed fight ever. Like both of those guys is hella slow, got heavy hands. Zhang is coming off his best performance, and like that's another one where his loss actually pushed him up. You know what I'm saying? That probably the best win for him, even though it's a loss, because he was he was giving Herkovic that work. Herkovic was turning his back, walking away. All type of shit was going on in that fight. And then Joe Joyce is just steady, slow and steady. That's Joe Joyce. It's gonna be a good one though. We're gonna see because I feel like the first one that falls, that might be a wrap for them. Those some big dudes. They're gonna be in there about 265, 270. I know Zane normally come in about 277. Uh, Joyce has been around. You know he been another one of those guys that been moving up in weight. I see him as high as 270 as well, so that's a good one. Michaela Mayer facing Christine Leonardo on that card. That's a tough fight for her coming back off the loss. You know what I'm saying? Coming back off the loss to Alicia Baumgartner. You know, ironically, Leonardo beat Alicia Baumgartner. That was a couple years ago, but I like it. I like the storyline. Keep it pushing. But Leonardo is strong. She's strong, bro. She's strong. She's solid. She like to found the inside. You know, she ain't going nowhere. Um, so Michaela gonna have to box a little bit, I think, and then fight. You know, Michaela want to fight, but she have to pick her spots. You know what I'm saying? April 22nd, we got Joe Cordina versus Shaq Rachmaninoff for the IBF title. Rachmaninoff is the champion. Joe Cordina is my favorite UK fighter. You know what I'm saying? I rock with Joe Cordina. He got an opportunity to win that fight. You know, we seen Rachmaninoff versus Barrett. Barrett was getting busy in that fight. He dropped him with a nice inside right uppercut. And then I don't know what the hell happened to his legs at the end of the fight. His legs or something happened to him, and Robinov ended up stopping him. Joe Cordina is prime right now. He for me, he should have never got stripped of his IBF. They should have just made Robinov versus Barrett the interim champion, the interim title fight, and then you know what I'm saying, they shouldn't have stripped him. Now he has the opportunity to get that belt back. Not a lot of people talking about that fight, bro. Listen. I know what we got on April 22nd, but that like my man just said, he like when it's a full day of boxing. So April 22nd, we got you covered. You know what I'm saying? Boxing got us covered because we got Cordina versus Rachmaninoff in the afternoon. Then of course Tank and Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna be hyped about that shit too. So yeah. I like it. On that undercard for the women boxing fans, we got Sandy Ryan. She moving up to 147 pounds. She gonna fight for uh the vacant WBO title up there. So that's a good move for her. Now of course we know McCaskill was the undisputed champion, but when she lost, they started stripping her. She had deadlines and she wasn't meeting them. So she only got two belts. She got the WBC and the WBA. The IBF is vacant too. So I don't know if you guys knew that. McCaskill only got two belts now. So Sandy Ryan, I like her. She came off. She had a loss against Farias, came back and got that back, and she fighting for a vacant title. Of course, we got Tank and Ryan that day, April 22nd. The undercard, you know, you're gonna see some good names on the undercard. David Morrell versus Sina Abeku. That's a super middleweight fight. Sina Abeku just came into the new WBA rankings at number 9. Uzcategui was in that spot. He's supposed to get that fight, but I believe he having some issues getting back to the U.S. So Sina Abeku, who's been sparring in Vegas recently. You know what I'm saying? He's from Ghana, and I think he lives in Nashville. So him and Caleb Plant kind of grew up together. So that's the fight right there. Frank Martin is facing Artem. I'm gonna pull him up. Frank Martin is on the card. He's facing a kid. He's facing an Olympian, Olympic bronze medalist. I'm about to share it real quick just in case, because his name is kind of tricky. But yeah, he's on the card. My man that he's fighting is like top 10 in the WBC. You know what I'm saying? Frank Martin is ranked all across the board. So yeah, we're gonna pull this up. You know what I'm saying? Educational purposes, of course. We're gonna make sure everybody is straight. Yeah, Bunch versus Flores, yes sir. Jahad Brown versus Scram, that's another good fight. Yes sir. Showbox. Yes sir. I'm on that one for sure. Let me pull up Buddy real quick. So that's 2 fights. Those 2 good names. I like that they own the card because those 2 guys, Morrell and Frank Martin, have an opportunity to get a big fight at the end of the year. Frank Martin can possibly get Tank Davis, so that's good exposure for him to fight on this card. David Morrell, is great exposure for him because he put on a great performance. You never know. He got the Benavidez fight that's supposed to happen in the fall. So yeah, so this the kid right here. He can fight though. He can fight. Like I said, he was an Olympian, bronze medalist. He just beat the guy. Well, his last fight, he beat the guy, Galando. That's the guy who dropped my man Mortala last week. He dropped Mortala, so he beat him pretty clear. You know what I'm saying? I watched that fight the other day. So this is Frank Martin's opponent, man. Y'all stay tuned for official announcement. Y'all know ain't nobody in these streets talking about Artem Hartanyalian. How many people talking about this kid? If y'all see anybody talking about him, y'all drop the link or let me know. I know ain't nobody talking about him. But yeah, so that's what it is. And then you supposed to get and then the other fight on the card is supposed to be Williams Zepeda versus Jaime Arboleda. So I like Williams Zepeda. He action packed. That's gonna be a tough fight for Jaime Arboleda for sure. So yeah, So I know people complain about pay per views. That's for them to complain about. You can't even ask me about what I think about a pay per view or what. I'm watching that shit regardless. I'm paying for it. I'm making sure it's gonna be comfortable. There ain't no links. I don't gotta keep refreshing none of that bullshit. We gonna be straight. So I don't know. I'm the wrong person to ask about pay per view and pay per view numbers because the only number that matters for a pay per view is the one that I bought. As long as I know what's going on, I really care less, to be honest. But yeah, we lost the fight April 29th with Virgil Ortiz and Stanionis. Hopefully that get rescheduled sometime in July. Hopefully Virgil is straight. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the fight. So we'll see. So there's nothing on that day, April 29th. So hopefully somebody slide into it. I would like to see Golden Boy keep that show. You know what I'm saying? Maybe let Floyd Schofield headline versus another good opponent. I heard they wanted to do Floyd Schofield versus Recicio Jester in a quick turnaround. But we'll see. He said Morrell Jr. have exciting fights. He's good to add to that card. Not for real. That's great exposure for him, bro. Great exposure. Emondo in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. So kicking off May. Let me see if I can remember off top. Now I know I forgot some little small cards because I know Pro Box got a show coming up. Got some shows coming up. You know what I'm saying? And then you got other fights, but I'm thinking about the big ones right now. I know May 6th we got Canelo versus John Ryder. You know, um, the undercard I believe is uh, Julio Cesar Martinez versus McWilliams Arroyo. That fight is that fight got a curse on it. Some always happen with those guys. I'd be surprised if they make it to the fight. Gabriel Valenzuela versus Steve Sparks. That's gonna be a good one. That's 140 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Of course, this card is for Mexico. Uh, the former world champion, uh, Alexander Volches is on the card. He's going to face Ricard Balatnis, the kid that fought Bawaxi. Bawaxi stopped him late. He was supposed to face Craig Richards, but Volches, Volches coming back. He had a fight earlier this year on Marv Nation. This a comeback fight. He won a decision. I thought he was he had a brain injury against Baturbia, so I'm still kind of shaky on that. We'll see. Hopefully everything is good. I guess it's cleared up. They cleared him to fight, so he's on Canelo's undercard. Alexander Volches. For y'all that didn't know that, you know what I'm saying. Paul M in the building. What's good with you, bro? He said, I got my eye on this Jahad Tucker fight. Yeah, yeah. Get a little storyline they can talk about. And it's a tough fight because this kid, he's strong, he's older, the guy's man strength. So we'll see what Jahad brings to the table for sure. Um, May 13th, we got another good day of boxing. Um, that's that PBC show. I like it. Playo versus Rolly. That's gonna be in Vegas. You got Gary Antoine Russell versus Kent Cruz. Not the fight that I want, but I understand what they're doing. And then you got Restless Bartholomew versus Omar Juarez. So you got 3 fights in the 140-pound division, all on the same card. So I like that when they showcase a division, and that's not even the best of the division. That ain't even the top guys, and that tells you how deep 140 is. 140, yo, that shit got landmines all over it. Cause you go one direction, you got a hell of a boxer like Kenneth Sanders Jr. or Richardson Hitchin. You know what I'm saying? You got the boxers covered. Then you got big time punchers and aggressive guys like Galashev, you know what I'm saying? That's coming with it. Sabril Matisse, world champion. Regis Prograde, jack of all trades, can do everything in the ring. Got probably the most experience in the division. World champion. Josh Taylor, if he get himself together, he a problem. Teofimo, if his talent can catch up with his delusionalism, I don't know if that's a word, but if those shits can match up, it's going to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? He's still a talented fighter. Jose Ramirez, he's solid, former world champion. I mean, you go on and on. Jack Catterall got to get back on the ball. So it's crazy. I mentioned him. Steve Spark, you know what I'm saying? Montana Love, get his shit back together. Let's go. It's crazy, bro. 140, how 140 get like that? And then if these big stars from 35 move up, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia into the division. If he don't, if he gonna continue the campaign, damn. Yo, they can do a World Boxing Super Series, 2 brackets. You know what I'm saying? For sure. PBC got a lot of 140 pounds. I just looked at that list. Bakhtiar Akhmadev comes to mind. That's another one. That's who I want to see Kim Sims fight. I thought he should be world champion right now. I thought he'd beat Barrios and Playo. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to that card though. And then that same night you got Janibek facing Stephen Butler defending his title. On the undercard, you got a vacant title fight for one of Anyway's old belts. Jason Maloney versus Vincent Astrolabio. That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one right there. So it's a lot of things coming. That's May 13th. May 20th, we got Haney versus Loma. Looking forward to that. We got May 20th is this called, my title of my videos that day is gonna be called Undisputed. Because we got 2 undisputed fights that day. Katie Taylor versus Chantel Cameron at 140 pounds. That's gonna be in Ireland. That's gonna be crazy. And then you got Haney Lomachenko, undisputed lightweight titles. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of hardware, a lot of belts. You know what I'm saying? That day. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be that's gonna be another good day. So as I'm thinking about this shit off the top, it's a lot of good fights and good boxing days. You know what I'm saying that we gonna have as boxing fans, and some of them don't interfere with each other. So if you guys can't handle the multiple devices and you like to watch one in the afternoon and night, that is right there for you. You know what I'm saying? May 27th, that's the featherweights. You got Michael Conlan versus Luis Abreu Lopez. I mentioned that earlier, and then Lee Wood and Laura going to run it back. So it's a lot of shit, bro. It's a lot of boxing. when you break it down and see everything, and that's just the big networks. I ain't even talk about the other joint. Brandon Lee, I want to see him step up fight. Yeah, he's fighting Pedro Campo next week on Sebastian Fundora undercard. Yeah, he need to step up as well. He approaching 30 fights. So yeah, so that's what it is, man. I'm about to get off, man, get ready for these fights. The undercard about to start for the zone at the top of the hour. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna put it back up there for you guys. So this one I'm about to be into. Y'all see me in the chat. Feel free to tap in with me. I'll be up in there, you know. But yeah, this gonna the undercard, the prelims gonna start on the Matchroom YouTube channel or the Zone, either one. I got the link in the description box so you guys can go straight to it. So that's what it is. So I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit me up on my social media if you have it. Twitter @OverJ, Instagram @LDubsBoxing. And definitely stay tuned for the content. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to when you see some new content about to drop, hit your notifications. Make sure everything's straight so you guys can come through, check me out, drop your questions. We can all get some knowledge together. So I appreciate everybody coming through. That's my time, and I'm out.